Hello, hello, hello. This is Sethlodor with his guides to Paladin Specking at the moment. I promised you a video on PvP Holy Paladin Specking because Holy Paladins at the moment, and more likely than not far into the future, have been extremely effective at PvP at the moment for healing. So I'm going to go over PvP Holy Specking with a Paladin. Click the annotation link that's going to pop up on the screen, bing, and check out my original specking video for PvE, because I'm going to go quickly through this one. Reason being, a lot of what's effective for PvE is going to help in PvP, such as increases the healing done by this ability by 15%. Well, chances are you're going to be using that ability in both situations. There's minor differences, and I'm going to show you and explain the minor differences and why they're vital for PvP versus PvE. It's going to go a little faster than my other specking videos, so make sure you check that out. So, of course, you're going to pick Holy, which has Holy Shock, Walk in the Light Meditation, and Illuminated Healing. Again, check out my original video to have an in-depth explanation on those. Well, semi-in-depth. So here's your Holy Tree. Going to look at, you have the Crit from Arbiter of the Light, the Self-Healing from Protector of the Innocent, and the Haste from Judgments of the Pure, all of which are excellent for PvP. Primarily, Protector of the Innocent will be really good because while you're healing others, you can keep yourself up from that silly little mage who thinks he can take you down. On top of that, the Haste is going to be excellent because this is not only haste for healing, this is haste for damaging, such as Exorcism, which no longer has a cooldown, and does surprisingly high amount of damage. So I'd put 2 of 3 in that. Next row, we're going to be looking at Clarity of Purpose. Faster casting times for 2 heals are going to be good, especially because Holy Light is your primary heal you're going to be spamming. Flash of Light is for critical instances where you really need to get everybody up or keep yourself up because you happen to have 6 to 8 Horde on you. Trust me, it happens as a Holy Pally. Then you got Last Word, which increases crit chance of your Word of Glory when target has 35% less health. And then Blazing Light, which increases the damage of Holy Shock and Exorcism. So you're going to want the faster cast times on your 2 heals. That's going to be really helpful. And then you're going to want the increased damage from Holy Shock and Exorcism, because Exorcism, with this 20% increase, as well as other effects within the tree, actually does quite a bit of damage, which you'll see in my GG files that I go into a battleground with this spec. So after that, we unlock the next row. You get Denounce, which reduces mana cost of Exorcism, and every other, essentially, Holy Shock you cast will make your Exorcism instant cost and mana free at that. Definitely take that, and instant Exorcism can help on the run when you're chasing down a flag carrier, as well as increase your damage output greatly. Divine Purpose, pretty nice with the crit and haste increase. You can pop that and take someone down with a few Exorcisms and Holy Shocks real fast, as well as keep yourself and others up with that 20% haste. It's really nice. You can look at Infusion of Light, which gives you faster cast time, always important in PvP, very nice to take. And Daybreak, double Holy Shocks, is amazing. If you get Daybreak to proc, you can do 2 Holy Shocks on a target, one after another. Nice damage spike, or you could do 1 heal, 1 damage, or 2 heals to keep yourself up, because you cannot be interrupted when casting an instant cast spell, as you might imagine. So out of this, I would take Infusion of Light, and then Divine Favor. Keep in mind we're going to backfill a lot of this. Next row, Enlightened Judgments increases my hit chance, and my Judgments heal me. Of course, going to take that. Not only for the self-healing, but hit chance is always nice. The less times my Exorcism miss, the faster the target dies. Or Judgment, or Holy Shock for that matter. Beacon of Light is nice because while you're healing other people, you can heal yourself through 3 other methods if you beacon yourself, or you can put the beacon on someone else and spam heal yourself, which is very effective. So take Beacon, then you have Speed of Light, which increases haste when you cast Holy Shock, and you're going to be casting Holy Shock because you'll get the Daybreak proc when you cast other spells. So they play off each other. By casting one, you improve the other, and by casting that one after it's improved, you can improve the other one you're going to cast. It's very interesting to play through with all these Paladin talents. Also, Sacred Cleansing dispels a magic effect. You're going to want to pick up that. So 2 of 3 Speed of Light, keep in mind the backfill. Conviction, 3% stacking 3 times for increased damage and healing. Definitely take that. Aura Mastery. Still haven't gotten this to work, to be honest. I still get silenced when I pop it, so I wouldn't worry about it. And Paragon of Virtue. The Divine Protection reduced cooldown, as well as the Avenging Wrath, is quite nice. However, I would spend those points in another location. You have 2 to burn, so either fill out Speed of Light and Judgments of the Pure, or go grab Daybreak, which is what I'm going to do. Now this row, you have Tower of Radiance. When you heal the target of your Beacon of Light with any of your healing spells, other than Holy Light of Dawn, and Holy Shock, you get a Holy Power. That's nice, because if you throw it on yourself and you start healing yourself because you happen to get a rogue, a mage, and a warlock that decide to jump on you, you don't have time to put Beacon on someone else. You just need to start spamming yourself with heals, and that will increase your generation of Holy Power, as well as Blessed Life, which gives you Holy Power every time you take direct damage, which can only happen every 2 seconds. So if you get a dagger rogue on you who's hitting you 4 or 5 times every 2 seconds, that's going to be giving you something for every time you get hit with 2-second intervals, which is nice, because then you can start throwing Word of Glory very fast because they keep hitting you. So I would take Blessed Life as well, which leaves Light of Dawn, debatable whether you want to get it. It's nice AoE healing for when you're all in the flag room trying to keep the Horde there, or boot them out, and it does heal yourself. It's another self-heal as well as everyone else when you click it. But I have only 6 points left. Definitely want to max out Judgments of the Pure and Speed of Light for the increased haste from both of them. More haste means you can get more out. This will increase your damage output with Exorcism, and this will increase your healing output, which is going to be very vital. As a Holy Paladin, you are going to attract a lot of attention. The faster you can throw those spells out, the less time there is to be interrupted. You're going to want haste. Haste is an important factor. Pick up Sacred Cleansing. That's going to be almost required. You can get rid of Corruption, Frost Bolts, Frost Novas, Entangling Roots, Moonfire, Insect Swarm, all kinds of bad debuffs that get thrown on you. You couldn't get rid of unless you had Sacred Cleansing. You need to take that. That leaves 3 unspent talent points that you can put in some very vital locations. You could pick up Light of Dawn and have 2 left over. You could pick up Improved Judgment to increase the range even further. You could increase the damage of Holy Shock, which could be good. You could increase healing effects. You could make it so your Word of Glory doesn't consume all the time. Honestly, I would go Light of Dawn, simply because I like the spell and the Improved Judgments, so I don't have to get too close to grab that haste buff and then start throwing Exorcisms. Exorcism's current range is 30 yards. So, if we calculate, we would have a 40-yard judgment range with all of these talents. Actually, simply because I want to be in the same range, I would put 1 in judgment, making my judgment 30 yards and my exorcism 30 yards at the same time. So if I can hit them, I'll be able to outload everything on them, which leaves me with a free point I can put somewhere. Could do more crit with judgment, Aura Mastery if you feel so inclined, Paragon of Virtue. You can really do anything with these last few points. This is really where the specialization comes in, is it makes your character unique how you spend these last few points, because you can get all the vital things with your primary 35 points. 31 points, pardon. So this last point, Eye for an Eye is kind of nice, 20% chance to do 30% back to the attacker. I think I'll take that. That, or if you don't like the whole offensive thing as a healer, then you could take some of these points out and grab Divinity, because you'll be healing yourself a lot, I can guarantee you that. If I weren't to take the 3 things I did, I would put them in Crusade, so I could get the 30% Holy Shock damage. So this has been quickly. If you want a better explanation of Holy Specking specifically for PvE, go check out my video on Holy Specking. It should be labeled Holy Specking Sethuldor's World of Warcraft Guides. This one is specifically labeled PvP, and it was very quick, and it went over specifically which ones you would want to pick out for PvP, which would be your Blazing Light, Denounce, Blessed Life, and the Improved Judgment, Eye for an Eye. I would also recommend Crusade if you really don't want anything else. When you get the other 5 points and you hit 85, I would definitely pick up Crusade if you intend to do damage as a Holy Pally, which you will do substantial damage, which I'm sure you'll see in my GG files of Holy Paladin PvP. That has been PvP Holy Pally Specking with Sethuldor. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I hope this was helpful.